Hi everyone, just a little update on yesterday's ride, the Zeblaze Beyond Pro watch. That used about 30% of the battery with the screen always on. Today I'll be testing it against the Garmin 130 Plus and my trusty Karoo 2. The Karoo 2 yesterday used over 40% of its battery, but it was doing all the heavy lifting of navigation and it was connected to all the sensors. So today we are riding up to Scarborough. I've got the route loaded on the Garmin 130 and I've got the route on the Karoo, and today we will test the Zeblaze Pro with the screen off while it's recording the ride. So we will see how much battery that uses compared with yesterday's ride, and hopefully we'll get there safely and have some fish and chips. Sounds good. Okay, bye. Okay, so far I've navigated my way out of Hull. The biggest difference between these two devices is the smaller Garmin 130. When you get to a roundabout and you're going straight on, it tells you to turn right, which is not quite correct. But with all these devices, you have to take them with a bit of a pinch of salt and some common sense. As you can see, the Karoo says 4 miles to my next turn, which is at the end of this road that I am currently riding along, whereas the 130 says I've got 0.7 of a mile till I have to do something, which will probably be stay on this road. So as you can see, slightly different, but you will get to the same destination if you use a bit of common sense. So here I am, 20 miles into my ride to Scarborough in the Yorkshire Wold still. Beautiful big sky day, a few clouds around. And one thing I've noticed between the two devices, they're both connected to my Garmin Varia tail light, giving me radar detection of cars coming up from behind, as you can see from this little symbol here. And on the Hammerhead it's in the top left hand corner here. Basically the difference is the Hammerhead gives you a notification on the left hand side that there's a car coming or how many cars are coming, and it is colour coordinated. So if it's red, it means something fast is coming up behind you, yellow is sort of medium, and then green is slow. Whereas the 130 Plus still has a dot that comes behind you on the left hand side of the screen, but it doesn't have a colour because it's black and white, so you don't know exactly how fast something is coming behind you. It does show how many dots there are, denoting how many cars there are coming from behind. But I prefer the colour, because when I see red flash up on this side, then I know to either move out of the way or brace, because there could be some speeding vehicle coming past me at any moment. So yeah, useful, but that's the only real difference so far. So the eagle-eyed ones of you will have noticed I have swapped the devices over, and I am primarily using the 130 Plus to navigate. I haven't ridden these roads very often, so I have left it on the map screen, as you can see, as that gives me a better idea of what's coming up. And as you can see, I've just got a notification, so that's brilliant. And you can see the road's going up there, and then it is going to turn left as depicted on the map. Whereas the Hammerhead I have left just with the data fields for now. So here I am up on National Cycle Route 1 on my way to Scarborough. I am over halfway now, I've got 20 miles to go. As you can see, it's a lovely big sky day, and I realise there's a few other differences between these two devices. The 130 Plus from Garmin, you have to use the two buttons on the side to scroll through the different pages. As you can see, I've got a lovely climb coming up. I'm about a third of the way up, and you get the weather amongst other things, as well as your notifications, which you can dismiss, and then you can cycle through all your different pages with different metrics. Like I said, I'm leaving it on the navigation one for the time being, whereas the Hammerhead, you've got touchscreen, so you can flick through the pages as you go across, and also you can use the buttons to go through the pages as well. In case it's raining, you can put the rain lock on, and that means that you can use these two buttons either side to change the pages, which is really handy if it's raining, or if you just like to use your buttons and not swipe. So yeah, still a difference, but nothing that would make me choose one over the other really at this point. The Garmin's doing a really good job of navigating, so and it's a lot easier to see in the bright light, as you can probably tell. It's just that little bit clearer and easier to see, so that's good. I'm almost in Scarborough now. I've got 9 miles still to go. This is the beautiful Yorkshire Wolds with its dry valleys. As you can see, if you've never been here before, why not come and pay it a visit? Going back to the devices, the Garmin 130 Plus has used over 40% of its battery, and the Hammerhead has used around 26%. Now, given that the battery size is much different between the devices, I'd say that's probably on about a par. Here we are in beautiful sunny Scarborough. Made it at last. Not bad view that, not bad at all. Okay, so I'm back after my ride up to Scarborough. Got the train home. As you can see, I've got all 3 devices here in front of me. And from a standpoint of, they're all good. If you're a beginner and you just want a very basic device, I don't think you could look further than the Zeblaze Beyond 3 Pro. It's also a watch. It does an amazing job as just a watch. You can answer your telephone calls. It'll notify you of your events. It does everything basically. And for the average casual user of a cyclist, you might do a bit of walking, running. This is the device I'd go for. If you're just into cycling, then the 130 Plus, I mean, that's an amazing device in itself. They've come a long way, the base models from Garmin. It connects to everything. You can follow a route, as I did today with the breadcrumb trail, and it's fine. You've just got to take it with, like I say, with those caveats that you might have to, look twice and read the road in front of you as well. So that's a great device for anyone that's just starting out and getting keen in cycling. I can also see people that have, been cycling a long time. That might be, just their race day event device. It's cheap, relatively. It's light, it's small, so that could work for like a race day event. I mean, personally, the Hammerhead still wins, but it's the most expensive. But I mean, I've had it several years. It's been Vietnam, Italy, loads of countries, and it just works. The battery life, as other users will know, isn't the best, but it's still my favourite device to use. But I mean, if push came to shove and I had to pick, I think I'd end up at the watch, just because it does other things as well. And for what you need, that would get you the ride data. You can upload it to Strava. It does say on the box that you can, if you look at the bottom there, it says you can route import. I haven't worked that out yet, and I've contacted the manufacturers to find out if that's even possible, because if it does take a little breadcrumb trail, then this little bad boy would be the winner, because you've got everything. You could mount that on your handlebars just as easily as any of these two, and you could use it to follow a route as well. But like I say, if that comes to fruition, I will do another review on that in due course. But for now, that's it. Okay, bye folks.